Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my fellow viewers. I am John K. I'm John K. If you are watching me today, John K is the one you are watching. And you are free today to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that whenever I have a message, you can get it automatically. I used to do vlogs. I used to also do cooking, bachelor cooking to show people who are not married. I am married, but I still living alone. So I used to do video to show some other guys who are single to learn how to cook by themselves. Do you understand me? Sometimes I talk about politics, sometimes I talk about religion. You know, politics and religion, they are one. If I say they are one, does not mean they live together, but they are like brother and sister. Politics cause a lot of problems, brothers. Likewise, religion also cause a lot of problems. But one thing I like in religion is that when you found one group of religious group people and there is love, that love values a lot. That is one of the benefits in religion. And one of the benefits in politics also is that the government or the opposition will help to develop the country. I know, not with its money, but the money from us through the law, through the process of the law. No president develop a country with his money. It is the money from the people. But through the process of the law, like tax payment and some duties that people have to follow, regularities and some statutes, all these things bring development for a nation. And through that development, we will get a state or a city or a country will get the money to redevelop its country. But not what politics I want to talk about today. I want to talk about religion. Religion. There has been so many years religion was in this world. I believe thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. But Christianity came about 400 years ago, if I'm right. And that is what we have been trained up. We have been brought up. Some are brought up with a Muslim. I personally, I am born and brought up as a Muslim. But about some years ago in 1990, I was converted to Christianity. But in our time, in this time, I have also read Bible a lot. And there are so much contradictions in the Bible. But apart from the contradictions, the community we go, the church we go, we form community, we are in love. When we are in love towards one another, it builds friendship, it builds good relationship for us. That's the most important, even if you put Bible aside. If you put Bible aside, the relationship, it builds us a lot. That is what I'm now interested. I'm not so much interested in so-called religion. So today my message, I have one message, is somehow contradictory and somehow unbelievable. That is it true? Some people will read Bible with their hearts, they might not understand it. But if you read it and think about it, you realize there's something going on. So today, my title of the message is called, I title it, Give the Meat. It says, give the dead meat to dogs. Give the dead meat to dogs. What do I mean by that? It's a simple English. Someone might read all the chapters. It says, give the dead meat to dogs. You know, when dog, the old bones or the dead meat, a cat, an animal like cat, you can give a dead meat to, maybe he will smell it and he will leave it. Cat might smell it and leave it. But when you give it to dog will eat it. That's why the title is Give the Dead Meat to Dogs. And who are the dogs? Who are the dogs? This is what Bible said. It is not my own mouth title. It is from the Bible. I wrote it. Say, give the dead meat to dogs. Now we are going to look from the Bible. Before I will narrate my stories to you, we are going to look at the book of Matthew chapter 15. If you are here with me, you go to Matthew 15 verse 21. I will read it. Then Jesus went thence and departed into the coasts of Tyre and Sidon. 21 downwards. And behold, a woman of Canaan came, not an Israelite, a Canaan, came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David, my daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. And listen to verse 23. But he answered her not a word. Meaning Jesus answered her not a word. Remember, the woman is not an Israelite, nor a Jew. He is a Canaanite from Canaan. But he answered him not a word. Then, after, and his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cried after us. It means while Jesus and his disciples, they are walking, they are going, moving on, the woman is following them, telling Jesus Christ, her daughter is vexed with devil, so he should have mercy on him. And Jesus was going. He said he answered him not a word because he's a Canaanite. Let's go to 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Meaning, the lost sheep of house of Israel, Jesus Christ was sent. Brother, think it very well. Oh. Jesus said he was not sent but unto the lost sheep of house of Israel. Meanwhile, me and you, we are not Israelites. I'm an African, you are an African. I'm from West Africa, you are from West Africa. I'm Ghanaian, I'm a Sierra Leonean, I'm a Togolese, I'm what do you call it? Beninois, I'm a Guinean. But this one said, he was not sent but unto the lost sheep of house of Israel. It means Jesus Christ, it seems from Bible here, he came purposely for the children of Israel. And we are Gentiles, as the Bible calls us. We are Gentiles. But today our pastors are saying, if you believe in Jesus Christ, you are spiritual Israelite. Bible did not clarify it, whether in the New Testament say you are spiritual Israelite, or Old Testament that you are spiritual Israelites. It is our pastors who are saying that. But Jesus here, from this reference, say he came to the lost sheep of house of Israel. Fine, let's continue reading. Now we are in the 25. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. The Canaan woman again. Lord, help me. Verse 25. 26 now. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs. It is not meet to cast the children's bread onto dogs. Do you see the point? This is the video, this is the message. I say, give the dead meat to dogs. And here said, 26 said, but he answered and said, Jesus, this is also a parable, if you can understand it. This is one of the parables Jesus gave. It is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs. In the children's bread, those children are Israel. That's why he said he was not sent but unto the lost sheep of house of Israel. So if any property Jesus have, he first have to give, if Jesus have a meat, he first have to give to the lost sheep of house of Israel. So any meat he have, he first give to the sheep of Israel, or the children of Israel. When the meat is dead, then they throw it to the dogs. So that Canaanite, outside Israelites, and the rest are dogs. This is what Bible is referring here. Outside Israel. So don't tell me if you are spiritual Israel. Outside Israel. I mean the Jewish, the tribe, not the land of Israel today. The Jewish, the Israelites, that time story. Outside Israel. If you are Canaanite, if you are, Babylonian, you are Jebusite, you are Haggatite, you are Hittite, you are Amalekites, you are, this Armenian, Philistine, Romanian, Grecian, whatever you are dog. You are dog. But house sheep, the Israel are the lost of the house sheep. Or he was not sent to the he was sent but for the lost sheep of house of Israel. That means he came for Israel. That is the point. Now we continue to 27. If you have time, you can read the whole chapter, brother. And now Jesus gave him a parable. He said, as I read again 26, but he answered, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs. Jesus gave him a parable here. And the woman also said, and 27, and she said, truth, Lord. That means the woman accepts that she is dog. Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. It is true. You eat the better one, you see through even the crumbs, the bones, to the dog on the ground, and the dog will still eat it. Even if you don't give him the fresh, he will still eat it. This is the woman parable in return to Jesus Christ. So 28, now Jesus felt shameless, I should say. He felt shameless. Then he told the woman, 28, then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Great is thy faith. Be unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. This place stands as if the woman even begged Jesus before Jesus did it for him. Upon all the parables that he said he was sent but unto the lost sheep of house of Israel. The woman did not stop following him. He keep on following Jesus, begging because he have heard about him. But at the end of the day, Jesus get fed up and say, woman, let it, your faith is great. Let it be unto you through that faith. And according to the Bible here, the child was made whole. But first of all, I want you to understand Jesus Christ came for the children of Israel. This is the point I want you to know. That is why any outside people are called dogs. So read it also yourself and think about it very well. Thank you. Now we go to the next point. This dog prophecy have been in the Old Testament. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, I'll give two references and end here. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 21. Brother, let's read Deuteronomy 14, 21. If you are there, read with me. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Ye shall not eat anything that dieth of itself. Like a chicken, it die of itself, you shall not eat it. Or a sheep die of itself, or goat died of itself, ye shall not eat it. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates. Give it to the stranger, give it to the outsiders, give it to the Gentiles, that he may eat it. Or thou mayest sell it unto an alien, also a stranger. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. You are a holy people, the children of Israel. If you are not an Israelite, don't call yourself a spiritual Israel. You are deceiving yourself, brother. Nobody is a spiritual Israel or spiritual Arabic, a Muslim or Arabic. The tribe that you belong to, that is your gift from God. If you are a Philippine, that is your gift from God. If you are a Thailandese, that is your gift from God. If you are Indian, that is your gift. If you are a what do you call it? Indonesian, that is your gift. If you're a Malaysian, if you're Brazilian, if you are Mexicana, if you're British, if you are Dutch, if you're Dutch, and many more. And Jewish also is included. So if Jewish are special people for God, maybe my own thinking, maybe they are God. They are God. And maybe all those many tribes in this world have their own gods as well. So this is what the story and the history of Israelite is saying. Say all meat should be given to an alien or a foreigner or a stranger, or there are people who they are enslaving. You understand here, brother? So we continue reading. As we continue, 14:21 again. That he may eat it, or thou mayest sell it unto an alien, for thou art an holy people unto thy God. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. You see it here? This is the narrating of dog example. Anything that is not clean, the Israelite should give it to the aliens or the strangers. These are the what do you call it? Gentiles, as Bible said. Now I go to another reference. We go to Exodus chapter 22, verse 31. Exodus 22, verse 31. And ye shall be holy, holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast in the field. Ye shall cast it to dogs. Ye shall cast it to dogs. I repeat again. And ye shall be holy men unto me. As you said, you saw in the book of Matthew. Say, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of house of Israel. So Israel are special people according to the Bible. They are holy people. And Exodus here, Moses' book said, and ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast. Any flesh that is ready to be given to beast, or any flesh that is not clean, you give it to the aliens, you give it to the foreigners. Ye shall cast it to dogs. Any unclean meat should be cast it to the dogs. And who are dogs? Remember I said the aliens, because here he already gave you the reference already. Said ye shall cast it to dogs. The dogs, and the dogs are the foreigners. Brothers and sisters, is the Bible telling us, me and you, we are dogs? Think about it. Think about it. It's the Bible. And Jesus Christ also said it. I am not sent but unto the house sheep of the lost sheep of house of Israel. And he also said it is not meet to cast the clean thing to dogs. Jesus also said it. And this is the prophecy from Exodus and Deuteronomy. I will read Matthew 15 again so that people who are listening to me will get the point from the Old Testament. Matthew 15:21. He said it here. Then Jesus, verse, I want to 24, 15:24, where Jesus said that. He said, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, verse 26, he said it. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs. Brothers, Bible said all the foreigners, apart from Israelites, apart from the Jewish, they are dogs. And we are still following Jesus Christ, and we are dogs. Even though it's a parable, is it not a painful thing? Even the Canaanite accept that he's dogs. But when Jesus gave him parable, he used his common sense. He also gave him reply that even the dogs, even if the owners did not give the dog better meat, at the end of the day, even if the owner threw bones for them, they will eat it. The woman accepted. So, brother, me and you, let's accept we are dogs. We are not spiritual Israel. Neither are we Israelites. We are dogs. Let's think about it very well. That we also have our own God in our land. I want to end here. I'm John K. Think about it and read the Bible and understand it wholeheartedly. Don't tell me you need spiritual understanding. Please, please, let's stop talking that. African, let's use brain rather. Let's be not saying you need spiritual understanding. What is spiritual understanding? It's a book to read and understand. If I don't understand it, I go to dictionary. It does not mean I should ask spiritual God to explain to me. We are all in the image of God. So I want to end here. Till next time, if I have any message, I'll show it to you. And I'll share my mind. You can also share your mind. Feel free to the conversation. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Ciao.